Any movie with a ninja or a samurai in it is something I've probably watched. The allure is not only the deadly power, the impressive array of weaponry, the stylistic armor, but also the sheer discipline, rituals, and intricacies of their craft. Any barbarian can pick up a sword, but Japan's ancient mercenaries made their brand of killing an art. I'll begin my experiment here, beside this pleasant little park in the heart of Tokyo. Although completely surrounded by modern-day big city hustle and bustle, something very zen is taking place here. Kyudo, which means way of the bow, is a descendant of Kyujutsu, a skill essential for a samurai warrior who trained by firing hundreds of arrows a day, and at maximum proficiency could strike a man dead while riding a horse at full gallop. Although we most closely link samurai to their katanas, it was the Yumi, or bow, that marked a true warrior and determined the outcome of battles for over 500 years. Now the tradition survives in Kyudojos such as this one, where the once deadly art has evolved into a high-class type of meditation. By immersing yourself completely into the art of the bow, into the purity of the shot, the mind is quieted and cleared. I greet the crew out front, and within minutes, I'm invited to join. If you want to play the part, you gotta look the part. So I'm whisked off to don the traditional dress, a free-flowing hakama, much better suited to the fluidity of the task at hand. Properly attired, I'm invited into the shajo, or shooting hall, where the sensei is overseeing practice. Inside, the air is hushed, and the mood is solemn. Rows of silent archers make a series of deliberate, ritualistic movements, leading up to a patiently held shot. Suddenly released, the twang of the bowstring breaks the silence as an arrow travels over a grassy yard until striking a tiny target 28 meters away inside the traditional Motoba structure. Every movement inside the shajo seems to be intentional. The last thing I want to do is break protocol and lose my shot at, well, taking a shot. The master deems me worthy of instruction and brings out a large pamphlet. I make a good show of looking it over, but I've always been one to learn from action. I never read a manual until I get into a jam. As if reading my thoughts, the sensei hands me a small device and we begin practicing the steps of a clean shot. The slingshot gives a beginner like me an understanding of the tension of the pull and the feel of the release of a bowstring. Next, a stiff deerskin glove is summoned, and just like that, I'm thrown into practice. This is a makiwara, or straw bale. That's the traditional next step in practice. Here's an interesting step. The uchi okoshi, the raising of the bow. And then there's the kai, the little pause as you're full drawn, a moment to fixate on your target, to narrow the focus of your mind. And then, hanare. It's a heck of a feeling, even with such a short shot. My body fills with exhilaration.
I felt kind of bad that I couldn't hit this thing in the center from 5 feet away, but now, upon closer examination, looks like some people did a lot worse than I did.
But how bad do I want to fire one across the yard? Real bad. Patience, young Skywalker. Although it should take many lessons before getting to this stage, I'm tentatively given the opportunity to experience the real deal. I haven't screwed up yet, and the master is taking a chance on me. All right, so that wasn't so pretty, but consider this. Part of the zen of Kyudo, as it's practiced nowadays, is letting go of the selfish desire to hit the target. Once you've achieved this and can focus on the purity of your actions and thoughts, hitting the target subsequently becomes quite easy. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is it's good that I didn't hit the target. You see how I'm framing this? Now give me another arrow. I want to hit the target. If I just tilt it up a little bit, it's gonna drop right down into the sweet spot.
狙いを上げる下げるではなくて体をもっと開く
Ah,
開く
so it's not up or down. I have to spread my body wider.
ですよ
The sensei must like me because I'm breaking formality here. Traditionally, 2 arrows are fired. This third arrow, well, I'm not sure which direction it spins, but I'd like to do the man proud. Be the target. Be the target. With all the shots fired, the self-imposed pressure is off. I hang out with some of the students and teachers as class unwinds and admire their equipment.
These 4 arrows cost $1,000. Nah, I'm joking. Joking. Real eagle feather and bamboo, choice bamboo. Boy, I'd like to set one of these to flight though. I bet that would feel sweet. Just pew, coming off the bow. So viewer, can you tell the difference? They look pretty similar, but this bow would cost you $10,000. This one, $20,000. Wow. If I had the choice, I want to get shot by a samurai with a $20,000 bow and a $1,000 arrow, straight through the heart. That'd be a pretty noble death. Pretty cool.